Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Good morning. It is a beautiful Friday. I'm so happy that it's Friday. I just wanted to pop in and just take a moment to reflect on some things that I've learned this week, and just like come into realization about that has been really like heavy on my heart. So something that's been really like heavy on my heart is I had a conversation the other day with a friend, a really good friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, about basically like where she is mentally and everything. And something that I really gathered from that is the spirit of comparison is running rapid in this day and age. Like we as a society have to gain the mental strength to disconnect. Like, of course, I am one person who I love to listen to podcasts. I love to learn. I love to take in information, but I also love to take time to read and disconnect and be in nature and take moments and just not be on my phone. But we are so dependent as a society on just being connected and scrolling that it's becoming an addiction, and it's been so accepted, and it's becoming so normalized that people aren't really trying to recognize it for what it is. And this is so crazy. I saw this reel the other day. It was like actually honestly maybe a month ago, and it just kind of scared me, and I was just like, I have to delete this app. So it's basically this skit of this like homeless guy, and he comes up to this guy and he's like, can I just scroll for a second? Can I just get one scroll or two scrolls? And like he is like, yeah, bro. And so the guy gives him his phone and he scrolls twice, and then he starts like going like this, and he's like, all right bro. They're like arguing back and forth. He's trying to get the phone back, and like that is so dystopian, but that is literally what we're coming to. And it's not going to be like that, but it's basically like that now. Like when I think about how my students were freaking out when they were banning TikTok, and how some of them were like, I just couldn't sleep, like that in itself, the fact that you could not sleep because you couldn't do your nightly TikTok scroll says a lot about our society, a lot about our youth, a lot about where a lot of people are. Because it's not just them. I'm sure that there were a lot of adults who could not do their nightly TikTok scroll. And it's the same as an alcoholic. One thing about an alcoholic, sometimes they'll wake up, they drink, take 2 shots, that's their get through the day. After work, boom, they have a few beers, that's how they get through the evening. And as long as they have their whatever 4 shots of whiskey before they go to bed, they're good. So basically what the US did is they took away your 4 shots of whiskey, and now you can't go to sleep. And what would have happened if they really banned it? What would have happened? Y'all wouldn't be able to sleep. Y'all be over there itching. And okay, yeah, everyone could have ran to Instagram, but it's not the same. TikTok has a very different algorithm. It's programmed to do a very different thing. I was watching a documentary about it and how it has like this perfect algorithm to really curate itself to what you really like. So Instagram, it'll show you random stuff, or it'll like throw in like other things, or it'll throw in your friend stuff. But TikTok is literally what you want to see. But back on topic. So the spirit of comparison. So what I realized is that Instagram is keeping a lot of people stuck. It's keeping a lot of people stuck because you're scrolling and you're seeing all these people's lives, right? You're seeing their lives, and as soon as you see their life, your mind goes, why am I not doing that? Oh, I have the same ability, but why am I not? And then it takes away your ability to think. Then it takes away your ability to want to do these things. And now you're stuck, and you're now a zombie. And you're a zombie to this phone, and you're just scrolling, and you're stuck in this cycle of this torture chamber. That's what I had called it. I was like, you're in a torture chamber. You're torturing yourself. If marriage is something that you want, and then all you see is marriage on your feed, and you're seeing your friends get engaged and they're having bridal parties, and then your friend all the way across the US is getting married, and maybe they got engaged, and then it sends you into this state of like torment, because it's like, this is something that you want, so you want to see it, right? You want to see it, and you want to look at wedding dresses, and you want to look at all these things that are happening to other people. So now Instagram is now showing you not only your friends' wedding stuff, but also other random people across the world stuff. So then you're torturing yourself because you're looking at it because it's something that you want, but it's also something that you don't have. So we're wanting things that we don't have, but then we also can't go get it. Like, you can't just walk out the door and just get married, right? And this is the same for the career. And I'm a dancer, so I have mostly dancer friends or performer friends. So like you'll have like your friends, and they'll be performing, and you'll see them in their shows, and you're like, oh, congratulations, like that's so amazing. But there's also a part of you, and this is a part of everyone, where it's like, dang, like I wish I could have did that. Like that seems so fun. And whether it's a music video, whether it's just having like a show, whether it's anything, you're always gonna have like that, because that's what builds Instagram, the spirit of comparison. Why am I not doing this? And that's why I'm very adamant about deleting my Instagram. I will post and then I have to delete it, because then my mind goes into, okay, cool, why am I not having this many likes, or not that many people viewed it? Dang, only like 30 people put a heart on it. Like, that is crazy. That should not be the center of our lives. And I know that this may seem like oh, it's not that deep. It is that deep, because there are people in this earth, on this earth, who are functioning in a way that they can't get their mind out of the gram. Their life is the gram. When they're doing their daily activities, that is all that they think about. Dang, well, such and such is doing this, and here I am. I'm just a school teacher. My friend just did the Grammys, and here I am. I'm just a school teacher. I'm not doing enough. When in actuality, you're doing so much. There's somebody out there who wants your life. Literally somebody out there. Like, I know that looks disgusting, ignore it. But there's literally somebody out there who wants your life, and who aspires to be you, and who is inspired by you. But we can't look past that, because we're stuck, and we go home, and then we're in a zombie mode, and we're so depressed, and we're so sad, and we're so taken back. And then now we put these labels on ourselves. And this is something that I also was talking to her about, is we have to stop labeling ourselves. We have to stop saying, oh, I'm so depressed, oh, I have this, or I'm this, I'm just a sad person, this is just my life. Oh, I'm just depressed, I have ADD, I have ADHD. And this is something that I actually learned from somebody that I was dating. He was like, why do you associate yourself like that? And I honestly stopped even claiming that. Although I know that sometimes I could be a little ADHD, I don't claim that over my life. Like, there are moments when I might feel depression, but I don't claim that over my life. Like, I don't say that, I'm just, listen, we all have our seasons. There's a time and a place for everything. Ecclesiastes 3, there's a season for everything. But the more that you identify and claim the season, like if you're in a season of abundance, claim it, live in it. But if you're in a season of lack, listen, you have to change the words that you say. Oh, I may be lacking in this, but hey, like life is really, like I'm just, like there's clarity in my path. Or although I'm not really sure what I want to do next, I'm currently working towards, I'm just not doing anything. I'm currently working towards, I'm seeking clarity in, I am investing in myself. I'm taking a moment to breathe. This is my resting season, instead of I'm just depressed and I just don't know, and I just don't, and it puts this cloud over our head. And I've realized that a lot of people who are in the world of the gram, they don't have mental clarity. And the clarity is being taken away because you're seeing 10,000 people's lives. If you scroll for an hour, think about how much stuff you just took in. If I read for an hour, I might have taken in maybe 2 or 3 chapters. Maybe 2 or 3. 2 max, because sometimes I just have to sit and I'm thinking and it makes my mind start working. but you're in a cloud. You're in a cloud, y'all. You're in a cloud. Disconnect. Like I'm telling you, before it becomes VRs and we're all walking around like this with the VR, and you won't even be able to, you're gonna be at dinner with the VR on, not even being able to make eye contact. There is an agenda being pushed, and I'm sorry to be the conspiracist on your timeline. There's an agenda being pushed, and it doesn't want you to think. It doesn't want you to have mental clarity. It wants you to be in a spirit of confusion. One thing about the devil, he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. God says, I do not give you confusion. God gives us clarity. God gives us wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. God would not put you in a situation like I'm telling you, y'all, like God is not of social media. And although there might be creators, like Christian creators or godly creators, who might put a word on there, but again, the algorithm, like you are depending on the algorithm and not on the source. And this is something that I have wrote about. Like we are worshiping the creation and not the creator. We are worshiping the art and not the artist. God is the artist and the creator. He is not the art. He is not the creation. He is the creator. Like I'm telling you, disconnect before it's too late, and then you're going to be stuck in this cycle. You're going to be stuck in this cycle of I have to. Whenever I feel like I have to scroll, I'm like, you know what? Let me just turn this off. I remember the other day, I was on, like I felt overwhelmed, and I realized that day, like I was scrolling a lot, I was posting, and then I had posted something, and then it just made me feel like I have to know how much likes I have. So although I posted and I deleted Instagram, I kept downloading it again. I was like, I have to know how it's doing. I have to know how it's doing. And I want to know what people say. And then I was on the treadmill and I couldn't even read my book. Like I'm trying to read my book, I'm on the treadmill, and I just, like, my mind was just like, okay, but we just have to check it. And I was just like, this is not good. So I just took everything. I took my headphones out, I put my book down, and I just started praying. I said, God, please clear my mind of these thoughts that are attaching me to likes. I was like, God, I don't care. I love you so much that I am willing to, if you called me to delete my Instagram forever, I would delete it. Like it is like my reward is in heaven. Like I don't care about the reward of likes. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would delete all of them, like all of that. And I feel like there's a feature where you can, but what I'm saying is the reward is in heaven, not on Instagram. Like your goal in life, it shouldn't be, oh, I'll get to post about it. It should be, wow, like this is just a part of my testimony. I get to share this with the world. I get to share my gift with the world, and not, oh, I can't wait to post about this later. Like I can't wait for other people to see so they can see me. Like it's not about you, it's about God. It's about God working. And if you don't believe in God, it's literally, instead of thinking about everything is about self, think about how you feel and how you would benefit from that, and how you can influence other people instead of, oh, I can't wait because I'm going to get such and such amount of likes, or such and such amount of people are going to see, or oh, such and such is going to see and they're my biggest hater. Like we have to disconnect from the media. We really do. It's getting sad, and it's getting, oh, that's not my class. It's getting sad, and I want us to disconnect before it's too late, before you won't have a choice but to connect. You have to free your mind, because the more that you scroll, the more your thoughts get clouded. And this is something that my friend has said to me. They're like, I feel like I can't even think, and I have decision fatigue. And I don't have decision fatigue at all, because I've disconnected. And of course I've been in my season of isolation, which I've enjoyed the most, but decision fatigue comes from having too many decisions. If you see people, like say you're scrolling and you see some person and they're starting a farm, and then somebody's on Broadway, and then another person, they're doing music videos, and then somebody just opened their dance studio, and then somebody opened a bakery, and then somebody started a cell phone company, and then somebody just started a business, and then somebody's writing a book, and then somebody's doing this, and then they got one person who's doing graphic design. seeing all that and then seeing it in a row and then doing it for an hour, I wouldn't know what I wanted to do. You can't think. It's taken away your ability to think. And this is something that I had spoke about on my Instagram, that the society is taking away our ability to think critically, our ability to think, and our ability to dream. If you see all of everything that could possibly happen on your phone, that eliminates imagination. Like, you want to be able to imaginate. I hope that's a word. Like, you want your mind wills to be able to work. So if you are dreaming of something, you can think about, how can I make this happen? And even if it never happens, at least your mind can think about, ooh, that would be a cool thing that I could do. And that's really what I'm living in. I'm like, oh, that would be really cool. How can I make that happen? Ooh, that would be awesome. How can I make that happen? So what I'm saying is, take a moment. If you can't delete Instagram for a day, you're addicted. I don't care what you say. I don't care if your business is on there. You better schedule your posts. You can schedule your posts in advance for a day and see if you can do without it. If you can't do without it, you're addicted. And that's okay. I know that I'm definitely addicted to YouTube, and that's why I be trying to just, whenever I have the moments to read my books, I do. When I have a moment and I don't have to listen to like a podcast, or I just want to talk to God, I turn it all off. I just turn it all off. I turn it off. I turn off my TV, or I turn it off my phone, or if I'm just locking in with God, I'm just reading my Bible, I'm just reading my book, or I'll just listen to music. Like, we have to be able to disconnect. And I know that I keep saying disconnect, but I'm so serious. Like, we're moving into a time where I saw this, I was listening to this like Kanye interview, and he was saying like World War III is in the mind. And although, I mean, I already think that it's happening overseas, Americans are just so detached from reality. Like, we just because it's not happening here, we're like, oh, it's not real. Goofy. It's happening. It's just not on our turf yet. But like he was saying, the war is in the mind. They're winning over your mind. They're putting these actors online. They're paying these actors bazillions of dollars, millions of dollars. That's why people were crying when TikTok was being banned, because their whole livelihood, imagine making millions of dollars a day to teach people and make people think a certain way and to push an agenda. They're pushing an agenda on you. And you want to be able to disconnect yourself from the agenda and think about, what do I actually think about this? And this is the same thing that was happening with Gaza. I don't want my video to get blocked or anything, but the same thing that was happening there. They were saying there was one side of the internet that was being pushed, that was saying this side is right and they have every right, and then there was another side, the side that was waking up, that was like, no, this is genocide, this is murder, this should not be happening. And although it was happening, there was two sides of the internet, and then there were people who were like pushing, and there are people who can get paid to push this side, and there's people who's getting paid to push that, and that is happening all over the internet. The same way, like, I don't believe in like Sexy Red or Megan Thee Stallion or any of those people, or even like or just any of those celebrities, like any of the YNs, any of the Young Thugs or the Future. They are being paid gazillions of dollars to push an agenda to kill the youth, to kill modesty, to make you want to walk around in your underwear and booty shorts with your booty hanging out. And I was a victim of this. Like, I literally was like, oh, like, this is just me expressing myself. And no, that is not a form of self-expression. They're pushing an agenda. The devil has an agenda. He does not want, like the Bible says, to cover up. He doesn't want you to cover up. He wants you to show everything. He doesn't want people to get married. He wants to turn men against women. He wants us to be disgusted of each other. He wants us to literally be disgusted of each other, because he knows that if he can break the family, He can break the mind. People are feeling so disconnected in the time of the most connection. People are feeling so disconnected. I'm with my Dr. Umar. People are feeling so disconnected in the time of most connection. People aren't getting married. And although people are getting married, it's not lasting. Men and women are on the internet hating each other. Everyone is a 304 or HO. Everyone wants to be a fitness model, and everyone's online being naked in the gym, and we're just supposed to just be okay with this. But the devil's making it okay. He's normalizing the not normal. If you go back 50 years, if you think about if somebody from 50 years ago would see Instagram, they would be like, what? And they would be throwing holy water at it. They would be calling it the devil. I'm telling you, they would be calling it the devil. Like, what in the, like, all I'm going to say is disconnect. That is my message today. I pray that today is beautiful for you. I pray that you take a moment and disconnect. I pray that you really marinate on what I said. And yeah, I love you. Have a great day. I have to go teach my classes, but hope today's so beautiful for you. Peace.